Terrible. Hated it. Boring. The dialogue is insane. Welcome back to Dramatic Evaluation. In this video, I'm going to be doing my monthly what I've been watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please leave a comment. So these run long. I'm going to get right into it. Try to be brief as I talk about each one so that this doesn't go a million minutes. So starting with movies, I watched The Toxic Avenger, the new one with Peter Dinklage. Pretty absurd, pretty ridiculous movie. I don't know that I'd recommend that one. It is very odd and just it's its own vibe for sure. The Long Walk, this was really good. Pretty predictable who would last till the end. Honestly, it was kind of predictable, but it was still good. It was a good story, good concept, and good execution. The actors were really good. So definitely recommend that one. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, kind of just a action movie. It's based on a true story, apparently. I doubt it. But it was, just kind of wartime action movie. Nothing really to write home about. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't great. Jurassic World Rebirth. Heavy not recommend. This movie just did not need to be made. It was pointless. It was not good. It wasn't like atrociously terrible or anything, but it was just pointless. It didn't do a good job with the story, with the characters, with making you care about any character, setting any character up properly. Like, it just was very mid. Probably the worst entry in the Jurassic Park franchise for sure. The Witch. I've heard good things about this, so I checked it out. Terrible. Hated it. Boring. The dialogue is insane. I don't care what time period it is. I don't care what it is. Like, people didn't talk like that. They couldn't have. Sorry, they didn't. And if they did, don't do it in the movie. We don't need it. It doesn't mean anything or make it like, ooh, this is authentic because they talk like that. Who cares? Talk normal. It's insane, the dialogue in that movie. And the annoying little kids and their stupid, ridiculous clothes. Everything. This movie sucked. I hated it. I hated everything about the vibe. I hated the story. I hated everything. This movie sucked. Don't watch that. I don't know why people think that movie's good. Him is a newer movie about a football prospect who goes to like a football legend's house to like train. It's like put out as like a horror movie. I don't know, man. This movie was weird. I was not feeling this movie. It wasn't for me. There's, I guess you could claim horror elements are in it, but like not really. It's more psychological thriller, I guess. I don't know. This movie was not good. I didn't like it. Don't watch it. Frankenstein. I watched this on Netflix. Sorry I haven't been mentioning where I've been watching these, but like I always do now, I put that up in the side of the video so you can kind of see, and there'll also be in the timestamps. But Frankenstein was on Netflix. This was pretty good. Surprised by this one. I didn't expect this to be that good. Guillermo del Toro, so it's going to look good and be a well-made movie, but I was afraid it was going to be boring. And there's definitely slow parts in it, and it is a long movie, but it was entertaining and it was good. It was watchable for sure, and the actors are solid. So yeah, that was a good one. I would recommend that you check that one out for sure. Eddington, another new movie. This is Joaquin Phoenix, and another little thing that I see in so many movies now with this guy. But Pedro Pascal is like, ooh, let's have him be in the movie so that we can claim he's in it because he's in everything and everyone wants to see him so badly. And he's in it for like 20 minutes of the 3-hour movie or whatever. So really just a Joaquin Phoenix movie. It was good. It was interesting. I wasn't sure what to expect going in, and it is a little bit of a slow burn, but it kind of picks up and gets a little nuts at the end. But it's just really good acting, and it's a good story, good writing. So it keeps you kind of engaged the whole way through. Nobody 2 on Peacock. This is the sequel to Nobody with Bob Odenkirk, where he's cast as this guy who's like used to be a whatever spy or whatever, that he has this training where he can like jack you up, John Wick style. So he's just fighting. This sequel, he's just going on vacation with his family, gets mixed up with the wrong people and has to beat everyone up and whatever. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's not the greatest movie in the world, but it's an entertaining action movie. The Conjuring, Last Rites, pretty good. I like the Conjuring movies a lot. This one was a little weaker, I would say, than some of the others. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't anything to write home about either. It was kind of mid for the Conjuring movies, honestly. Firestarter. This is a movie a few years old. I watched this on Netflix. Little girl who has these like powers. Zac Efron is the dad in the movie. It's just kind of weird. And I guess the whole family has powers, but it's mainly centered around the girl's powers. And they're on the run from, people in the lab trying to get her to do tests on her or whatever. So the kind of classic story, kind of Stranger Things-esque in a way with that. But it was all right. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't, as most of these movies on this list have been so far. It wasn't bad, wasn't great. I Know What You Did Last Summer, the new one. It was like the rest of these movies. It was fine. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. I thought it was very weird. I don't want to spoil anything, but they do a character dirty because they're bringing in characters that are still alive from the original movies and setting these up, by the way, for sequels. There will be another one. But they do one character pretty dirty. I don't know why they chose to do this to this character, and I don't want to spoil it and say what it is. You'll know what I mean when you watch it and get to the end of the movie. But I thought it was kind of jacked up, and I didn't really like that they did that. Get Back Up. This is a documentary about the band Blue October. It's a solid band that I've liked for many years, and they do this documentary focusing mainly on the lead singer. It's kind of mostly about him, and it's really good. I knew a lot of this backstory and this stuff that they cover in the documentary, just kind of in general knew it, but getting a lot of the detail on the timelines and things like that, and then focusing on some of the music and the song writing and lyrics and stuff. It was pretty cool. If you like that band at all, definitely check that out. One battle after another. Okay. One person after another telling me this movie was epic, incredibly good. It's Paul Thomas Anderson. Okay, I'll check this out. Nah, not for me. Nope. It was fine, but not good, like the rest of these movies. I don't know why people are like talking about this movie being so good. First of all, too long, right? Don't make movies that are 2 hours and 40 minutes long. Stop, dude. It's too long. Especially when you could cut 40 minutes out of this thing because there's just so much stuff you didn't need in it. I don't know. Like, not much to say about it. I just didn't really care about this movie. It wasn't terrible. I didn't hate it, but I think people just overhyped it, I guess, and it wasn't good. It wasn't an awesome movie like I was hoping it would be. John Candy, I Like Me, documentary on Prime. If you like John Candy, the dude was the man. So check that one out if you liked him. It's a nice little documentary talking about the guy he was. There's a bunch of famous actors and people that knew him in his life that are talking about him in the movie, and yeah, it was a nice little documentary. Avatar: The Way of Water, longest movie in the history of mankind, possibly 3 hours and 15 minutes, but I will say it moves. It feels the pacing's fine. It doesn't feel that long because it just is good. It was good. I enjoyed this movie. I was kind of surprised. The first one I remember thinking it was like whatever. I didn't really care. I thought that was way overhyped. It was not bad, but it was fine. As I've said 700 times in this video, this one was great. I enjoyed this one way more than the first one, and it's set up for a third one that's coming out this month, actually in theaters, and I'm stoked, and I'll watch that. This is a really good action adventure movie, and definitely recommend that one. The Wild Robot on Netflix. I've been meaning to watch this for a while. It's an animated movie, and it was good. It was nice, heartfelt, emotional kind of vibe. It was good, entertaining for sure. Sad and annoyed at how it ended. Didn't need to do that. Ultimately, it's a fine ending. It's not like it's a sad ending, but there's just an aspect of it that was like, you could just have a full happy ending, idiot. You don't need to do that. It was a little frustrating that they had to have the sad aspect of it, but like all animated movies, they're like, well, we have to make you cry and sad. Can't just have a happy, fun movie for kids. So don't know what that's about, but that is what they all do, and that's dumb. And the Fantastic Four First Steps, trash. What are we doing with this? I don't understand how people have said this movie is good. It is so, just about everything in this movie was stupid, and I hated it. Terrible setup of anything. Like, no setup of the characters. No, I don't know what. Like, they just, it felt like they made this movie and they're like, people know what's up. There's been enough Fantastic Four movies. Okay, well, this is the first one in like the MCU, isn't it? This just negates all the other ones. This is like new actors, new character. Like, we haven't met these characters. There's no setup, no backstory, no nothing. Like a brief 10-second scene pretty much. And then just, you don't like properly really like introduce the villain. And it's just, the stakes didn't matter. I didn't feel the weight of any of the stakes of anything when it gets down to the end of the movie and they're trying to do what they're trying to do. It's like, I don't care. I just was not feeling this movie. It was not for me. Yeah, like one of the worst Marvel movies I've seen, I feel like. It's just, I also, the vibe and the setting, inexplicable. Is this a different time period? Didn't even catch if it is, and if I missed that, oh well, that's on me, I guess. But like also on the movie, didn't. It's just like the MCU is like this. They're in New York or wherever the city is, and it's just like that's not what things look like. Is this the 50s? Maybe again that might be part of the movie and I missed it, but either way, dumb, and I hated it, and it was a stupid movie. All right, jump into shows. I watched Task. I did a video of that. That show is so good, epically good, incredibly good, work of art. Highly recommend. Check that out and check out my video about it. Black Rabbit on Netflix. This was solid. It was very slow beginning. Like the first 3 episodes. It took me up until like episode 4 to finally like set in, like, okay, like now I'm in, now I care about what's going on, now there's stakes. So hard, slow burn getting through, but then once it picks up and you're in it, it is very solid, very good ride on the back half and a good conclusion, and incredibly good performances by Jason Bateman and Jude Law, both killing it in this show. So yeah, definitely recommend that one. Devil in Disguise, John Wayne Gacy. I watched this on Peacock. It was good. I enjoyed it, but like it was just weirdly all about the aftermath and didn't like have any of like him doing the killings or any of that stuff. It was all just the aftermath and like the trial and like stuff like that. They did do these like flashbacks with the kids' stories, the most pointless thing of all time. Like, because they would like have the kid's story of like who he killed and like kind of show, I guess, to like honor the person or whatever, but like it would just not end. It wouldn't end at the end of the episode with like him coming into contact with them and abducting them and killing them, which would be cool. Show that. What are we doing? We're watching a show about a serial killer. Instead, it would just show like some random moments with the kid and then just like end. And you're like, well, why did I even need to see that? It had no correlation with the story, with the killer. Like, it was just really weirdly pointless, these flashbacks. Vice Principals, season 1 and 2. This show is awesome. I watched this because of Righteous Gemstones. I meant to watch this long ago, just never did. Danny McBride is so good. He's so funny. He's awesome. And I thoroughly enjoyed this show, especially season 2. Just the vibe and feel of it was great. The comedy was hilarious. The story was good. I highly recommend that on HBOMax. Squid Game, The Challenge, season 2. Don't get me started on some of the people in that. You always are going to have the villains or the people that you just don't like on reality shows. There definitely were a couple I did not like on this, but I won't go into detail. But I enjoyed it. It's great. I love competition reality shows like this. Especially this one is based on Squid Game. Like when they die, when they're taken out of the game, they like have a thing in their chest under their shirt that explodes. Like, and they made it black instead of red. Probably just they felt like red would be too gruesome, maybe. But it's like black ink explodes, but it looks like they get shot and they die, and they have to like act like they die. So that's a fun little way to eliminate people from the game show. But yeah, I had fun with that one. That was a good one. And it looks like they're doing a season 3. I need to look at how to get on that thing and win millions of dollars. Last Samurai Standing, talked about that in a video. Check out the video for more on that. But it was good. I enjoyed it, but annoyed with how it kind of didn't end. And the dubbing, AI dubbing, was wild with the CGI changing their mouth to look like they're like speaking English when they're actually speaking Japanese. It's very strange. Stranger Things season 5 part 1. Honestly, was pretty disappointed with the first few episodes of this. It just was like not enough going on. They're focusing way too much on this like one thing and drawing it out over like 4 episodes. I was kind of frustrated with that, and some new characters where I'm just like, what are we doing? Like the way it ended last season was like, yo, the Upside Down is coming up into the world, we need to fight it, and then they're just like, no, we don't, never mind, let's take a step back. It's like, what? Yeah, I was pretty annoyed, but then the way it ended, why, I was hyped, dude. Like certainly do not want to spoil anything, but the ending of episode 4 with what happens with a specific character was so cool, and I am so stoked. And I don't know that it makes sense that this is happening, but I don't care because it's cool, and I'm very excited to see what happens next. And then the last show, The Chair Company, Tim Robinson, hilarious and insane, weird show. I don't even know how to describe the weirdness. You just will know what I'm talking about when you watch, if you watch the show. Highly recommend it. Entertaining, good. They're half-hour episodes, it's easy to get through, and it is just so just unexpected and just weird, irreverent comedy that's just like, what like the weirdest things are like so funny in this show, where you're just like, how do you even think of that, or what even what are you doing? I don't know. It's most of Tim Robinson's stuff is like, if you know that guy, if you've watched Detroiters or I Think You Should Leave or anything with him, like the movie Friendship, it's kind of similar vibe to kind of all that stuff. But just, yeah, highly recommend. Very interesting, very funny show. And that's it for what I watched in November. Some things in there that I would recommend, and plenty of ones that I wouldn't recommend, or just are like, whatever, you can watch it if you want, but it was fine. You know, hopefully there's better stuff in December. I'm going to do a top 10 movies of 2025 video at the end of December to kind of recap what I watched for the entire year and the best ones that stood out to me. So keep an eye out for that video. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please leave a comment. Let me know if there's anything you want to see me watch and cover on the channel, or if you watched any of these, and let me know what your thoughts were. Stay tuned. Until next time,